It's Grant from Local Scraper, and I just wanted to take a moment to introduce you to our new Google Map Pack Scraper. This is the intro video for the product, and I will walk you through the options and maybe do a quick scrape. We'll see. So first thing is that this is the main user interface. We have a very simple start-stop button. The only input you have here is a search list. This is a list of the terms you want to search to figure out if they have a map pack or not. This is a plain text file with each keyword on its own line. And I have a sample here. This is what it should look like. You'll notice that each keyword is on its own little line, and it's just saved as a normal TXT text file. So you would click here, and then tell the program where your text file is, and at that point you could be good to go and you could start the scraper. Or you can dive into the options. Now here in the main options, we have proxy options, hide my ass options, scraper, and file ones. For the proxy options, if you would like to use proxies, you click here saying yes. You click here and you give the program a list of proxies that already are using IP authentication, no usernames, no passwords, IP authentication, or no authentication. Your proxy list will look a bit like this. You see, they're just line by line, no username, no password, and they've already been authorized with where I bought them from. If you've paid for your proxies, you probably do not need to click this box. You don't need to test them. The test proxies is mainly just for people that get lists of free proxies online and don't know if they actually work or not. If you've paid for proxies, well, you know they work, so you don't really need to test them. Just make sure you have the IP authentication set up. And if not, you'll get an error message and it'll let you know. Hide my ass, if you use hide my ass, you will click use hide my ass. You have to already have hide my ass open and connected. What this will do is that when you run the program, it will disconnect from hide my ass and reconnect to hide my ass, getting a new IP address that you should already have set up. So it'll loop through whatever IPs you have set up. You will need to set a wait time here to say 60 or maybe 90, depending on your connection. Because what this does is it disconnects your current connection, and then it will wait this long until it assumes you're connected again. Because I can't have the program test for that connection. We don't have communication with the hide my ass program. So you'll have to set this wait up, gauging on your own time of how long it takes you to reconnect to hide my ass. It's usually like 45 seconds to 60 seconds. And that'll only do it at the start of each run of the program. Wait time in seconds is how long you would like to wait to between threads and how long you would like to give the pages to fully load. So by default, the pages will, we wait 2 to 3 seconds for a page to fully load. If you're using proxies and your connection between your proxies is a little slower and 2 to 3 seconds does not work for you, you would set this to maybe 5 seconds or 10 seconds to give the program enough time to send the information to the proxy, through the proxy, to Google, and then let Google's web page open, kind of thing. So you can also use this to sort of hide under the radar or simulate a more non-bot-like behavior, you know. So you can leave it at 2 to 3 seconds. If you're using proxies, you could probably leave it at 2 to 3 seconds. If you want to be a little safer, you could set it to, say, 5 seconds. That's pretty good. An extra 2 seconds is not really going to change your total scrape time, and it might just let you run the program longer. So you can be a little conservative with that. Threads is the number of connections we're going to open. Since the Map Pack Scraper uses Chrome, Firefox, and PhantomJS, that is how many versions of Chrome we will open. So if you set this to 3, the program will have 3 little copies of Google Chrome open, it will do your search, it will find the results, and then close 3 copies of Chrome. And then it will open 3 copies of Chrome and close them. So if you set this to 10, you're going to need a pretty good computer, and you're not going to be wanting to use it for anything else, because you're going to have 10 copies of Chrome open, all going to Google, all entering a search, and then closing and reopening and stuff. So if you have proxies, you can set this, and a good computer, you can set this to like 5, 6 to 10. If you're not using proxies, or if you don't really have a good computer, just leave this at 2. You'll still be perfectly fine. No big hurry here. It'll still get the data. You'll be good. Timestamping the files. If you check this box, it will add a date and time to the name of your file, so you'll know when you were scraping, and it will also keep the program from overwriting any files you already have in the folder. Because if you don't check this, it will rename all the files the same thing. So each run, you would be overwriting your original file unless you manually changed it yourself. So I would recommend turning this on. And then save folder location is where you can tell the program to save the CSV files to somewhere else. So by default, it saves them into the same folder that the program is located. So if you check this box, you can change this to, say, your desktop or a Dropbox folder. So it just changes where the files are saved. Okay, we won't mess with that. Over here on scraper options, the default browser right now is PhantomJS. PhantomJS is a free JavaScript browser which is completely hidden, which simulates a normal browser. Because of that, it can be a little buggy, and sometimes it can get caught, and sometimes it works a little different on each person's computer. But it is default because it is the fastest, uses the less resources, and is completely hidden. So if you go to run the program, and it's been like 2 minutes or so, and you don't see any information down here, that means the program is not working. You should immediately start to see some results after, a minute or 2 tops. So don't go waiting half an hour or anything. If that's not working, you will want to switch to Chrome or switch to Firefox. Now what you'll want to do, because these will be opening copies of your Chrome on the desktop. So if you don't want to see them, you'll have to click the hide browser, and then when it opens them, it'll try to hide it. But you will still see the program opening and closing little windows and stuff. Also, I recommend that if you are going to continue using the computer, and you're going to be browsing the internet, that you set the use browser to whatever browser you are not personally using. So if you use Chrome all the time, and you're going to be using Chrome to browse around while the program is running, I recommend you set this to Firefox. So the program is controlling a completely different browser than what you're controlling, and this will just keep it from getting a little messed up. So what we'll do is we'll set this to Chrome real quick. We'll take away this. We can leave that. We can leave that. And let's try to run a quick script. Okay, so we have Chrome, we have the hide Chrome. Actually, I'll turn off hide Chrome. Okay, we're kind of default here. We'll open this up. My text file had 72 files in it, and here come the Chrome windows. You can't really see them, but I have 2 copies of Chrome here, and you will see the program is auto entering the information, and then it's checking for a map pack, and then it's closing them. And it will continue to keep opening these windows. I'll keep dragging them over into my little recording window. Look at this. There it goes again. There it goes again. And it's writing the data down here. So I'll just stop it now. And you'll see the information we're getting. Yes, this term has a map pack. And then we're getting the details from each business in that map pack. So the name of the first company, second company, third company, and then their details that they give on that webpage. Now you see that these little windows keep popping up, and this is a little distracting. So that is why I recommend using the hide browser, because they'll pop up, but then they'll pop down, so they won't take up space on your desktop. And you'll see how quickly we got information too. So if we want to try, say, Phantom.js, and we'll run the same scrape again real quick, we won't see anything. You see the computer is now opening up these tiny JavaScript browsers, hidden away from everything, and it's running the details. But see, we're already getting results down here. So if you run into problems, it looks like this. It looks like, see, there's nothing here. But we were just running this same scrape in Google Chrome, but it worked. That means that the Google's probably figured out that I'm using Phantom.js, despite my best efforts to trick them that I'm not using Phantom.js. So I would stick with Chrome or Firefox. So what you want to do is when you're first running the program, you want to do a small scrape, just like this, like 5, just like this, and see if you start getting data. If you're not getting any data, just no, and there's nothing else in here. I would stop the program before you let it run too long, change the browser to Chrome or Firefox, and then run the program again and see what happens. We'll go to Firefox real quick, and we'll start the program again. It's opening up Firefox windows. Here's one. It's going. It's typing in the details. Here's the other one. And it's opening up 2 of these browsers because we have the browser set to 2, as you remember. So as I said, if we had set it to 10, there would be lots and lots of these windows. So I'm going to stop this again. And see, look, we have details. So it is probably best to stick with Chrome or Firefox if you're using the program. Okay, well, that's it. This is the first version of the program, so we're still working on a bunch of things. The program will obviously continue to be updated. I know Google has CAPTCHAs, and I will be trying to insert a CAPTCHA solving into the program at some point. But for right now, with enough proxies and using Google Chrome as your browser, you should be pretty good to go. Okay, if anything changes from this video between versions, you'll see it in the text file. I only record videos for major version updates. Okay, and if you have any questions, make sure to email me. Email's at the bottom of the support page. You can also reply to your license email or any number of ways. And I hope you guys enjoyed the new product by Local Scraper. Thanks.